Hi everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Susana Kennedy. For those of you that do know me, welcome back. There's been a theme that's been popping up lately over and over again, and the question is, why do I tell my story? Why do I put myself out there for scrutiny and criticism? Because essentially that's what you do when you put yourself in the public eye, is that you open yourself up to criticism from other people. So why would we do this? Why would we tell our story? Why would we put ourselves through the pain, really? Because it's hurtful when people judge you and criticize you. Why would we even tell our story? Well, the reality is no matter what you do, big or small, there are going to be people that don't like it. There's going to be people that don't like you. It's like that saying goes, not everyone loves a peach, but peaches are delicious to many people. The truth is that when you are faced with this kind of thing, when people are questioning why you do what you do, the only real thing to do is remain true to yourself, true to your life's purpose and your reasons for doing what you're doing. If you know that you are living in truth, if you know that you're living in alignment with what your purpose is, then although those comments will hurt because we're human, so of course they hurt, you will still continue on your path, which is what I do. So why do I tell my story? Why do I put myself out there the way I do? For one, is because I've learned that once you realize that something is possible, then your whole life can change in an instant, just by realizing that something is possible. And yes, I've been faced with an enormous amount of challenges in my life, but I'm no different from you or anybody else watching this video. I've faced abuse, I've faced a near-death experience, I've overcome depression, I've overcome extreme heartache, as many of you have. The reason why I share my story is because I know how lonely it can feel when you think or feel like you're alone in your own struggle. When you realize that everybody is going through similar struggles to you in varying degrees, it makes you feel a little less alone. So that's one of the reasons why I tell my story. The other reason is because I have overcome these things and I have learned so much along the way. And I fought becoming a teacher. It was something that I knew I needed to be, but I kind of fought it. But the universe has an incredible way of pushing you to where you are supposed to be, to do what you're supposed to be doing. And so eventually I said, okay, let me do this. And I started doing it. And the results that the people that I have helped have achieved, they're so inspiring and they're so motivating and humbling. It's such an incredible experience to know that you can create such a difference in another person's life. And that is what drives me. That is what makes me continue on day after day after day. So why tell your story? You don't have to be in the public eye. You don't have to put yourself out there like I have. But just be true to yourself. Live in your truth. Live in alignment. And know that by just doing that, you will be on the right path. Stop worrying about the naysayers. Stop worrying about the people who wish you wouldn't make it. Stop worrying about the people who criticize you, because they are on their own journey. And as one of the agreements in the 4 agreements says, is don't take it personally. Everybody is walking their own path. Often, when people judge you, it's a reflection of what's happening within them. If you read The Dark Side of the Light Chasers, it's all about that. We are all mirrors for each other. And so when something affects you extremely, like really, really affects you, gives you like a bzzz, then you know that it's something that you need to deal with. But when somebody criticizes you and it hurts you slightly, because it's hurtful to be criticized, know that it's really a reflection of that person, not of you. Be true to yourself. Follow your path. I hope that by me sharing my stories, sharing these little bits of information that I've learned, because I'm not perfect, I'm far from perfect, I just work at it every single day. I try every single day to just be a little bit better than I was yesterday. And yes, often I fall down and I don't do well, and I have to pick myself up and carry on. But this is a journey, and we were all born to thrive, not just exist, to thrive, to move from a place of just living to a place of an extraordinary existence. And my life's purpose is to assist as many people as possible to get there, because I know the difference that self-love has made in my life. I know the difference that just shifting my consciousness to an abundance consciousness has made in my life, in all areas, financially, in love, in friendships, in relationships, in every single aspect of my life. I know how to cultivate happiness in my life, and I know that happiness is not something that is reserved for the lucky few, that it is a choice, that it is something that we practice and work at, and then it just becomes a state of being. And I know that even now, when I'm challenged, I'm living in a duality, which is extraordinary, because I can feel the things that are challenging me, but I'm okay, because I know who I am. I know what my truth is. And that's a wonderful place to be. And yes, I continue growing and being challenged. But you, too, can be in a space where you are at the center of the storm. And you dip out from time to time, but you bring yourself back in to that quiet space in the center of the storm. So you don't get swept away by the storm and completely unravel again. It is completely possible. I hope that I can help as many people as possible. I hope that I serve as many people as possible. Thank you for investing this time and watching this video. I hope that it has helped you in some way. And I wish you all the best in love, health, happiness, and an abundant life. Namaste, and thank you so much for watching.